At that moment, even as he was saying these things, one of the rulers of the synagogue, a man named Jairus, came in. And as soon as he saw Jesus there, he went up to him and knelt before him. And he fell down at his feet and solemnly begged Jesus to go to his house, because his only daughter, a 12-year-old girl, was near to death. "My daughter is in the throes of death, and by now has passed away. But kindly come and place your hands on her, that she might receive her healing, and she will live." So Jesus and his followers got up and went with him. And as he was on his way, a great crowd followed after him, squeezing him almost to the point of crushing him. And there was this woman there who for 12 years had been the victim of bleeding, yet no one had been able to cure her. She had suffered a great deal while under the care of many physicians, and had spent all that she had on doctors, but rather than getting any better, she had only gotten worse. And when she came to hear of Jesus, she said in her heart, "If I were to but touch his clothes, I would be healed." So right away she snuck up behind him and touched the hem of his robe, and in that instant the woman was healed. Her bleeding stopped, and she perceived within herself that she'd been delivered from her suffering. Jesus immediately sensed power flowing out of him, so he turned around amid the crowd, asking, "Who was it that touched my clothes?" "You see all of these people thronging you," his students replied, "and yet you ask, 'Who touched me?'" And he kept on looking to see who it was. "Who has touched me?" he demanded. When everyone there denied it, Peter responded, "Teacher, the people are swarming all around you and shoving up against you." But Jesus answered him, "Someone here has touched me, though. I am sure that power has flowed from me." Jesus turned around and looked at her. Then the woman, realizing what had changed within her, and seeing that she could not hide, came and fell at his feet, trembling with fear. And she confessed the truth before them all, her reason for touching him, and how she had been so quickly cured. "Take heart, my daughter," he assured her. "What healed you was your faith. Go peacefully along your way, and be free of your affliction." And even as Jesus was speaking, a certain man came with some from the house of Jairus, a ruler of the synagogue. "Your daughter's dead," the man declared. "Do not continue to trouble this teacher, for it will do you no good." When Jesus heard this, he ignored their words and counseled Jairus, the ruler of the synagogue, "Have no fear, for if you would just believe, then your daughter would be healed." He allowed only Peter, James, and his brother John to follow him. When he got to the home of Jairus, the synagogue ruler, Jesus saw the people in an uproar, crying out and lamenting, mourning for her as loud as they could. At that point, he went inside, allowing none but Peter, John, and James to go in with him, along with the father and mother of the girl. When Jesus entered the ruler's house, he saw the flutists in the disorderly crowd and questioned them, "Why all this lamentation and commotion? Get out! Enough with all your weeping. This child is not dead, but only sleeping." Still, sure that she was dead already, they all simply laughed at him. But after ushering these people out, he took the father and the mother of the girl, along with the disciples who were with him, and went in to where the young child was. He took the young girl by her hand and said, "Talitha koum," which translates as, "I say, young woman, rise up now." Then her spirit was restored, and she immediately got up and started walking around. This utterly astounded them, and he solemnly bound them not to tell anyone what had happened, nor to allow anyone to find out about it. Then he had them give her something to eat.